Hey, Don here. Thought I'd do a remote video while driving in my car to talk about business related stuff. Thought I could do some short videos. So I thought today one of the things that I learned when I started my business, I started Tegeler Music back in 03. I didn't have much for seed money, so I needed to get a loan. So what do you do when you don't have any reputation, you don't have any history, you don't have nothing? I said, well, I'm going to need a good business plan. So here's what I did. Back then I was using Microsoft Word or whatever word processor you want to use. You can still do it that way. I went online and looked for templates. I found a business plan template for Word. So I downloaded that, I opened it up, and all it was is it had the format of everything in order of what you wanted. It just had bogus information. So I went and replaced that information with my information about my business and my store. Things like, sales projections and all kinds of data. But if you download a template similar to what I found, that's a great way just to fill in your information. And the other thing that it does, it really teaches you what you need to know about your business, like marketing strategies. I didn't know what to put in there, so I had to do some research and figure things out. So I did that. I came up with sales projections for the first 5 years, and it was really interesting. It was a great learning experience. But let me tell you the benefit of that when I was done. I had about maybe a 60-page, report or a business plan. So I went to Office Max and I had it bound. I made some out of cardstock, a cover for it, and had them bind it together like a spiral bound thing. And I made like a half a dozen copies. So first thing I did is I went to the bank. I gave him a copy the day before. We had a meeting. At the meeting, he asked a bunch of questions about profit margin and different things, and he was very impressed about the business plan. And here's the big thing. I said I need a $50,000 line of credit because I had enough money to do some of the remodeling work I needed to do, but I didn't have inventory money. So I said I can start with that amount and then grow from there. When we got done with the meeting and I told him I needed $50,000, I swear to God this is true, what he said to me was, "Are you sure that's all you need?" He was ready to give me a lot more. I didn't have any history or credit with this bank, but because I went through that time and effort to build that business plan, it was impressive enough for him that I had that much detail figured out about what I was going to do that he was ready to jump on board and support what I was doing. The other thing that thing helped, the building that I bought, and I was looking for a building to buy instead of lease, because unless you plan on moving a bunch, you lease a building, you're still going to make those monthly payments, and at the end of the day, you don't have anything to show for it. That money's gone. Whereas I decided to buy a building, and the people that were selling it wanted to do a 3-year balloon, meaning they would do payments for 3 years, and at the end of 3 years, I had to make one big payment to pay off the balance of what they sold the building for. And my plan was a 5-year plan, so I gave them a copy of the business plan, and I said, I'm working on my initial growth over 5 years. I said, could I get you to extend it to a 5-year balloon? And because I had that business plan, guess what? They said yes. They made it 5 years. So that helped me financially to have some clout with people, because they knew, because if I put that much effort into that business plan, they knew I was serious about what I was doing, and I had looked into this. It wasn't just some fly-by-night guy wanting to start a music store. I just wanted to bring that up and kind of tell my story and how much that was such a huge factor when I started my business to get financing and to get the building under contract. and to just get things started. And hopefully, if you're starting a business and you're looking for some ideas or some suggestions on what you should do to get started, start there. Okay? All right, that's all I got today. I'm about home, so we'll see you guys next time.